Hello everybody, the Orange Diamond here, and welcome to a new episode of Ready, Set, Go, and No, the mini-series where I take characters, talk about them, either give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and whatnot. I want them in Sonic Race and Crossworlds. In this episode, taking a look at Star Wars. Now, in case you couldn't tell, I love Star Wars. It is my second favorite franchise, right behind Sonic. But to be honest, kind of like Sonic, how I'm not a fan of Ian Flynn, I'm also not a fan of Dave Filoni. I prefer the old Star Wars stuff. Empire Strikes Back, and especially Revenge of the Sith are some of my all-time favorite movies. I love the real Star Wars Clone Wars, and I especially love the video games. In fact, as good as the movies are, I actually say Star Wars has better video games than movies. Nothing against the movies, I just think the video games have higher peaks. But yeah, my dad got me into this franchise, and it's been with me for over 20 years. However, implementing this in the Crossworlds I think would be pretty tricky though. The biggest reason is because, well, Star Wars is just so big. Star Wars has 3 separate eras. The prequels, the originals, and the trash. So pretty much just between the originals and the prequels. And it is pretty tough to decide. I think it's probably best to go with the originals maybe. But the prequels have some good options too. In terms of characters, definitely gotta have Darth Vader. I mean, he's the face of Star Wars. And not freaking you. For the second character, I would probably say best to go with Luke Skywalker, since he is the main character after all. But still, there are tons of good options like Han Solo, Princess Leia. If they go with the prequels, they can go with Anakin or Obi-Wan. Or my personal favorite Star Wars character, General Grievous. Or go with Dave Filoni or Disney characters like Ahsoka or Rey. As for the track, this is where it gets really tricky, since there are so many iconic planets in Star Wars. From the planet of Tatooine, to Hoth, to the Force Moon of Endor, to the Death Star, to heck, maybe even the Jedi Temple on Coruscant. You also have the lava planet Mustafar, the planet of Naboo, and you also have the copycat planets of the sequels. There are so many iconic locations, and I feel like it's really hard to pick. I don't know, maybe they can do something with hyperspace or something? Just don't plow through a Star Destroyer for it? Maybe they do something similar to Star Tours, maybe? Or if they had to settle on one location, I feel like they probably would go with Tatooine. But to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of Tatooine. I respect it for being the first planet in the franchise, but to me it's just kind of boring. I've never been a fan of like desert locations. As for the vehicle, this is where it gets tricky, since all the vehicles in Star Wars either fly or float. And there's not really any cars. I mean, there's Luke's land speeder, but that doesn't have any wheels, and the customization in Sonic Race Crossworld needs wheels. Now, there are options for extreme gears. I mean, maybe just like a small version of an X-Wing or a Y-Wing. You also have the speeder bikes, which the main issue is that Sonic Race Crossworld doesn't have motorcycles yet. So I feel like they probably have to make something up, or just having a large mouse droid. But anyways, I think if we covered Star Wars, so whether I give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down, as much as I love Star Wars, I have to give this a thumbs down. The franchise is way too big with way too much to pick from. And on top of that, Star Wars already has a racing game coming out. But I also just feel that it's just way too unlikely. Since Star Wars is owned by Disney, I don't know if Disney and Sega would really want to partner up. Especially with what happened in December of 2024. And yes, I am aware I gave Wreck-It Ralph a thumbs up. But I only did that because I like bringing back every single character from past games. Since I know Wreck-It Ralph is unlikely. His last movie sucked, he has no new movies coming out, and he's not even really one of Disney's biggest IPs. I don't see why Disney would push for Ralph instead of like Mickey Mouse or Spider-Man, or again, even Star Wars. But again, that's just me personally. What do you think? Go to the description to vote. If you have suggestions or characters you'd like to see me cover, let me know in the comments. I'll also say your ideas for what characters, vehicles, and tracks they'll come with. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace, and happy Father's Day.